Hey, I just wanted to make a quick video about what in my opinion is the best scene of Game of Thrones. I think it's the best not only because it contains some of the best acting that the series has ever had, but also because the scene encapsulates everything that makes the series so good. The scene takes place in the episode titled Mockingbird in Season 4. Just to give it some context, a character named Tyrion Lannister is in his cell awaiting his trial by combat. A trial by combat is where a party can prove their innocence by besting the court's champion in a battle. This is more of a religious trial than anything else because, in their eyes, the gods would not let an innocent man die. You could also choose to have somebody be your champion and fight for you. Tyrion picks this over an ordinary trial because he is already presumed guilty by everyone, including his sister and his father, who both have wanted to see him dead since his birth. Tyrion is hoping that someone will be his champion, but no one dares to oppose the crown or face the Mountain in combat. The Mountain, Sir Gregor Clegane, is one of the most feared men in all of the Seven Kingdoms. While awaiting what seems to be his imminent death, he gets a visitor. The visitor is a man named Oberyn Martell. Oberyn is a man who's always hated the Lannisters, but his hate was amplified once his sister and her children were killed by the Mountain, who is a knight of the Lannisters, which means the Lannister must have ordered the Mountain to kill them. At first the scene plays out as if he's gloating about Tyrion's impending doom, but then he tells a story about how they first met.
We met, you and I, many years ago.
I think I would have remembered that.
Unlikely, you had just been born. Our father brought me and my sister Elia with him on a visit to Casterly Rock. My first time away from Dorne. I didn't like anything about the rock. Not the food, not the weather, not your accents, nothing. But the biggest disappointment, you.
You and my family have more in common than you might admit.
The whole way from Dorne, all anyone talked about was the monster that had been born to Tywin Lannister. A head twice the size of his body, a tail between his legs, claws, one red eye. The privates of both a girl and a boy.
That would have made things so much easier.
When we met your sister, she promised she would show you to us. Every day we would ask, every day she would say, soon. Then she and your brother took us to your nursery and she unveiled the freak. Your head was a bit large, your arms and legs were a bit small, but no claw. No red eye, no tail between your legs, just a tiny pink cock. We didn't try to hide our disappointment. That's not a monster, I told Cersei. That's just a baby. And she said he killed my mother. And she pinched your little cock so hard I thought she might pull it off until your brother made her stop. It doesn't matter, she told us. Everyone says he will die soon. I hope they are right. He should not have lived this long.
Well, sooner or later, Cersei always gets what she wants.
And what about what I want? Justice. For my sister and her children.
If you want justice, you've come to the wrong place.
I disagree. I've come to the perfect place. I want to bring those who have wronged me to justice, and all those who have wronged me are right here. I will begin with Sir Gregor Clegane, who killed my sister's children, and then raped her with their blood still on his hands, before killing her too. I will be your champion.
The scene is just incredibly well crafted, from the acting to the cinematography to the great use of the score. But what makes this scene the greatest in the series is the fact that it represents everything that makes the series so good. It's a surprising emotional moment that arises from the characters' history with each other. It's moments like this that make the world of the show seem real with a long and rich history. It's surprising, yet it makes sense. It shows us that everything a character says or does has consequences that reach far beyond just the episode, and that's why I think it's the greatest scene in Game of Thrones. What about you? What do you think is the greatest scene in the show? Comment down below and let me know.